Hello, happy Wednesday. It is May 25th today for those watching live, and for those watching the replay, thanks for tuning in. We are in full spring in Alberta, Canada, where I'm at, and it sure feels good. It's so refreshing to get that sun, to see those buds come out of the trees and actually see leaves and greenery and green grass. And I even got my flowers ready for my flower garden this summer. So happy spring to everyone. My name is Melanie Richmond. I am a well-being coach for True North Wellbeing Coaching. I'm also an engineer, a mother. I love the outdoors. I'm a certified yoga instructor and mindfulness trained. And I'm here to talk to you about reorganizing your life so that you can have more energy to focus on what really matters. So, we're in the season of spring. Spring is all about, coming out of hibernation, coming out of that cave, and getting a chance to get ready to plant those seeds. And in order to do that, we kind of need to clear our space. So, I know a lot of us do this. We have a spring cleanse in our house. So we go through things that we don't need, we get rid of it, we donate it, we repurpose it. A lot of us do that with our clothes, clean out the garage. After winter, it's kind of been a bit of a shuffle. So we're trying to get ourselves set up so that we have less things that we don't need in our life so that we make it simplified. So similarly with our energy is affected not only by what's physically around us, but mentally and emotionally as well. So physically, if we have a lot of clutter around us, we are going to feel, like it's hard to focus. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's not room for me to be calm. So if you think about it, when you go on vacation, and I just got back from vacation, which was great. So I'm happy to be back with you today. But when you go on vacation and you're, let's say, near a beach at a beautiful resort, you get a chance to really unwind. You don't have to worry about, that mess that you left behind in one room, or that pile of papers on your desk at work that you need to worry about, because you've separated yourself from that mess, from that disorganized. So similarly in your life, if you want to live with, abundance of energy and time, you have to take out what isn't serving you. And that's taking a really hard look at, what's in my life right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and what is it that isn't serving me. So the best way to look at it is, similarly, I'm going to draw it out. So as humans, we have basic needs. So, sex, money, food, that's what gives us our security. That's our basic foundation as humans, what is going to keep us alive. Beyond that, so what I'm talking about in a triangle. So this is the foundation. So that's sex, money, food, hydration. So that's what it's going to keep you alive. So those are non-negotiable. You need that in your life in order to feel secure and live. So you need to make sure you have, your 8 hours of sleep if that's what you need, or 7 hours or whatnot. So those are things that you're going to keep in your life. You're going to need to make sure you fuel yourself with good food and, those right connections in your life so that you feel, alive. The second one, so this is the mid tier, this one right here. This is where we have our capacity. So this is really where how we show up in the world, what skill sets do we bring to the table. And all of us use this component a lot in the corporate world. So our second tier is where we're really showing up to perform our work in the corporate setting. So this is where we're bringing our skill set of, hey, our strengths, our arms, and we're bringing that sense of really like making deals with people with the right hand in the world. And we're also taking care of things. So really, it's really about moving things around and creating something with it. The next tier, so this is your capacity. And then the last one, this is your vision. So this is from your shoulders up. So a lot of us are in our heads when we're working in a corporate setting. So this is where we're doing our vision. And that's where your goals come in. This is where your critical thinking comes in. You also have your intuition coming in from that tier. And some of us are more in tune with it than others, but that is kind of the last component. So with our daily life, it's just good to kind of break it down into those 3 tiers to know which are your non-negotiables that you have to maintain in your life. So for me, I need to make sure I need to get my 8 hours of sleep, and I need to have good nutrition to fuel myself. And I need to have time for myself and also time with my loved ones to feel connected. And then the second thing is, what are my other non-negotiables? So for me, I need to have time to cleanse my physical, emotional, mental by doing my yoga, my mindfulness practice. So that's a non-negotiable for me, something I can incorporate in my day every day. And it's amazing how taking 5 minutes of my day can actually lead me to gaining back an hour in my day, because I'm so much more focused in what I do and how I show up for things. So looking at your situation, what is it that you need to maintain in your life? So everyone's going to have your foundation where you're going to have to keep it, and that's going to have to stay as part of your schedule. And then you're going to have things where you're out in the world using your business skills, your capacity and your techniques that you're going to want to maintain. So that might be for you, I really can't let go of knitting, or I can't let go of watching the Oilers playoff. Go Oilers. So whatever it is for you, that's a non-negotiable that you want to maintain in your life. And then after that, you're looking at, okay, what are things that I don't need? And often the easiest one in today's world is our phones. How many of us are glued to our phones and are scrolling for an hour or more a day on things that are just eating up our energy and not providing us with more energy? So I really encourage you to look at, in a day, how are you actually structuring it? What are you doing to, not only be productive at work, but be productive in how you're operating your life, so that you're feeling more fulfillment and abundance of energy and time. So going back to when we feel disorganized, so we have clutter, we have a lot going on, and everything's all over the place. So picture when you were a kid and your room was a mess and your parents were telling you, hey, you got to clean it up, and you just wouldn't. So there's stuff all over the place. When you want to go look into that room for something, say you need your baseball glove because you want to go play outside with a friend, it's going to take you way longer to find that glove if it's all disorganized. So if your room was organized, it might take you half the amount of time to find that baseball glove and actually have the time, more time, to go play with your friend and enjoy it. So although organizing your life takes time and effort, it will give you back so much more in the end. So taking that time to declutter, to get rid of what doesn't serve you, only keep the essentials, the Marie Kondo of what sparks joy. So physically, emotionally, similar thing is you want to keep what actually matters so that you can have the energy to do what actually matters in your life. Very simple. You have to keep in your life, I'm going to repeat it, you have to keep in your life what matters to you, simplify it, get down to the essentials. That's it. You don't need more than that. it might feel a little there at first, but really simplifying what you carry and carrying less will give you more. So it's almost like, it's a weird thing because a lot of people think about, oh, you always want to fill your cup with more. You want to fill your house with more and more things, but really it might drain you out and you might not be fulfilled by it. So really emptying yourself to really what the essentials are so that you have space to receive. You have space to connect with others. All right. So the other reason we want to not be completely disorganized is not only is it going to take away your energy and your time, it's also not going to allow you to achieve your goals. So if you're completely disorganized, you're running in 7 directions at once. And there's a really good trick that I'll share with you. So all of you right now, start saying the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And now start counting to 10 as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now I challenge you to do both of them at the same time as quick as you can. So A1, B2, C3. Like my speed dropped by at least half, if not more. So when you are combining two things, trying to do them at the same time, it's going to take so much longer. So really focusing on that one thing. And if you organize your life and clear it out, you're going to have that one extra hour in your day. If you're not scrolling, you're not binge watching Netflix, if you gain that 1 hour because you're prioritizing that time for yourself, you can put it towards your goals, what truly matters to you. So that might be, you want to be a really good golfer that's a single digit handicap. So that means you're basically shooting par or a little bit over par on 18 holes. You want that extra hour to practice your chips in your backyard, or you want to, get fitter. You want to feel better in your body. So that time you're going to go for a run or a walk or some sort of exercise. So whatever it is, you're going to have that time and you're going to create that time for yourself to do those things. Or if you want to learn a different language, you want to take a different training because you want to work on your personal or professional development. So this is your chance to really work on yourself and grow towards that vision of yourself, that greater, that higher vision. And with True North, it's all about aligning, what you truly value and what you truly want towards that. So I hope that was helpful. I'll leave you with 3 takeaways. So if you want to reorganize your life because you are the CEO of your life, you want to start by identifying your non-negotiables. So things that you cannot eliminate from your life, either physically, emotionally, mentally. So like for me, I can't physically remove, my family or my son from my life. I can't remove the mental burden of having to be a working parent. And emotionally, there's some things that when I recognize that I have a negative emotion, can I process it? How quickly can I process it so that it's not holding that charge, that heaviness within me? So that's the first step. So recognize your non-negotiables, and then what can you actually clear out? So really, you're taking your current state, you're evaluating where you're at, and I'm actually going to be doing a workshop on this, so I'll give you the details at the end of the video. You're not going to want to miss it. And so you're evaluating where you're at, and then what you can remove, what you're going to keep, and then you're going to recreate your schedule. Because really, like, Some people talk about, hey, I'm going to make a list, I'm going to make a goals list, or this is how I'm going to operate. But unless it's within a calendar, unless there's a boundary on when you're going to do it, it's not going to happen. So that's like the best form of actually putting it into the world, is using a calendar. And I love to use time blocking. I know when my most productive time is. So let's say your most productive time is at night. So maybe that's when you want to have that golden hour for yourself, that extra hour, because you've organized your life, your systems, your processes in a way that it's more streamlined. And that can come down to the simplest things like meal planning, right? And then once you know when that most productive time is then you put those things back in so that you have the energy to focus on what really matters and the things that you want to achieve. And you ask yourselves two questions. At any point, if things are getting added to your calendar, you want to ask yourself, do I need to be doing this? Or can somebody else help me with this? So if somebody else can help you with it, that would be great. And that will help their growth. And sometimes we just need added support systems. Being a working parent requires a lot of support systems. And then the second thing you want to ask yourself is this thing contributing towards my greater dream life? So your 25-year vision, you know, that North Star, that true north of where you're aligning yourself to be joyful, is that benefiting me? So those are the two questions I'll leave you with. So do I have to do this task, or can somebody else help me? The second one is, does this align with where I want to go? And that's how you determine if you're spending your energy towards something that matters. I hope that was helpful. So for those of you that are curious, I am running a free 2-day workshop. It's going to be on June 6th and 7th at lunchtime. So I'm just going to double check the calendar quickly. Yeah, June 6th and 7th. And it's going to be at 12 MST. It's going to be an awesome 2-day, really interactive workshop where we're going to do a self-assessment as to how we are living our life. How is our well-being doing in all different realms of our life? Where we're being really successful, where we see gaps. And then the next day, we're going to have a little bit more time to jump into those details a bit more and do a little bit of a hot seat. So if you are interested in that, just send me a direct message and I can send you the registration link. The other item for news is you have a week to sign up for the yoga retreat at the end of June. It's June 24th to 26th, and it's going to be amazing. It's just outside Pigeon Lake. So short drive for any Calgarians or Edmontonians. It's a 2.5 day retreat, so 3 days, 2 nights. And you get a chance to connect with others. You don't have to worry about anything. It's going to be such a great experience to really disconnect so you can reconnect with yourself. All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful week, and it was great to be on live with everyone. Drop a comment below if you're watching the replay or if you're watching live. Okay, see you guys. Bye-bye.